Hi, I'm Dr. James Petrick. Welcome to our office. I want to take a couple of minutes now and share with you the type of work that is done here and how we get results. The National Upper Cervical Chiropractic Association, or NUCCA, has developed a technique that is both extremely specific and gentle, and it's unlike any other form of healthcare that exists today. A gentle touch and controlled contact from the top of the spine is designed to bring back balance to the entire spinal column. Now, even though the primary work is done from the top of the neck, the effects of the treatment or the adjustment influences the entire spinal column and all body systems. This is because the NUCCA procedure influences one of the highest control centers over body balance, the brainstem and spinal cord system. The C1 vertebra, also known as the atlas, is a small ring-like bone located at the top of the spine at the base of the skull, and it surrounds the brainstem. When the spine is subjected to stress, it can become misaligned at the level of the atlas vertebra. The spine will then compensate for the misalignment of the head and neck by the rest of the spine moving and twisting out of its normal position. This phenomenon is known as the atlas subluxation complex, or the ASC syndrome, or what we simply call body imbalance. The nerves in your spinal column are very sensitive to stress and pressure, and that is why when the spine misaligns significantly, it is enough to stress the nerves, to compromise normal nerve impulses, and therefore create negative function, dis-ease, pain, and misery throughout the entire body. And that is why we take every case seriously here. We want to be accurate so that you can get well faster. And that is why our X-ray series, especially of the upper neck, is very, very detailed. We want to know what direction your spine has misaligned and the degree of misalignment so that we can go and apply a very specific and gentle adjustment or treatment to the spine. The X-ray calculations are based on physics and biomechanics. It's very simple here. Your body was designed to heal itself. Nature needs no help, just no interference. And that is why we do one thing here and one thing only. Specific, tailor-made adjustments just for you, designed to unlock the spinal column, bring you back towards a balanced position. That's all we do here, and we do it well. Facebook Live look-in.
I actually started having arm pain, and it would stop me from doing certain things. And just using my hand, I'm a right-handed person, just using my hand for 10 minutes, my hand would completely fall asleep. I'd feel that fuzzy start from my elbow, then go down towards, and then the sharp needle pain. And that's when I decided to seek a chiropractor, but I actually didn't know at that moment what type of chiropractor I would be seeing. And then I looked more into Dr. Petrick. I've been with him, I think, about a month, and just recently, 2 weeks ago, I realized that using my arm for 10 minutes, I'll still be okay. And I no longer have like that sharp pain that I would just randomly walking, I would just get it. And well, we're still working on the neck, but it's definitely something I'm not thinking about anymore like I used to.
Bring your left leg up as high as you can. Okay, so right there, and we'll compare that to the other side. You see how that's restricted. So we're going to go ahead and give Erica an adjustment right now, and hopefully we get the leg to change as far as the motion goes, but definitely get the leg to come all the way down on the right side as we usually do. And I adjust her based on her own individual X-ray analysis, and I'm going to measure right now for where I'm supposed to stand. Touching her with this part of my hand. because her spine is locked into this position. Her leg is short on the right side. She cannot lift her right leg up as well as she should be able to. Watch what happens now as I released the top of the neck, the leg comes down, and then watch very carefully what happens with her ability to raise her leg. Let's bring your left leg up as high as you can. Good, down, and let's try that right side. Okay. Bring your left leg up as high as you can. Okay, so right there, and we'll compare that to the other side. You see how that's restricted. People ask me regularly, how does it work? And the short answer is very, very well. Let me give you a little bit more of a detailed answer. Thank you for being live with us so far. Don't forget to share this information with your friends. We're going to pop right over here. So whether you're watching later on YouTube, make sure that you comment below in the right around the description box. Here's what we're doing. Here's what happens. The head and neck relationship goes out of balance. Since the brainstem and the cerebellum is the postural control center for the entire spinal column and the entire body, what happens is nature says, we don't like being like this. We're going to go ahead and be like this instead of being like this to offset the pressure built up here in the brainstem. So the consequence can oftentimes be widespread bruising, pain, discomfort, fatigue, difficulty sleeping, changes in mood, serotonin, melatonin, sleep, wake cycles being off, because all that stuff is regulated right here in the brainstem. All we're trying to do is flip the switch very, very, very gently. In fact, probably about this much pressure. Here's my little iPad. Probably about that much pressure to her spine. And our ultimate goal is this. Body heals itself. Nature needs no help, just no interference. Thanks for watching, and again, share this with your friends.
I can get help from going through so many different medical professionals and just trying everything there is. If I can get help, other people can be helped.
I just feel fantastic. In fact, I feel better than I had felt probably when I was playing college football.
Be my best healthy self here at Petrick Spinal Care.
This was completely different, much gentler.
I am feeling amazing. I mean, amazing. I am sleeping at night where I wasn't before. I'm not taking any medicine, which I was taking before.
I have so much more energy. It's hard to even express. I was headed for disability before I came in.
Since I've come here, I have turned a complete 180.
I had a headache, and after that, the headache went away. I was just amazed about that.
I feel better circulation in my body and even better digestion.
Recovery and lack of pain, everything even clears up my sinuses.
I was amazed. My energy level had increased.
More comfortable, feel less stress, I'm sleeping better.
Now I can hike about 10 miles a day with no pain.
I'm so pleased with the results.
Since I've been coming to Dr. Petrick, the swelling has completely subsided in my knee. I no longer have any pain in my shoulder or my neck area.
My sciatica began to be reduced. My clarity came back, more clear in my mind, healthier, I had more energy.
The changes were amazing.
I'm on my 3rd day of no hip pain, no back pain, and it's been wonderful.
I think it really has made an absolute difference upon my body. I think I'm already very in tune with my body as it is already, and now I just feel like it just took me to another level.
I'm so thankful and so pleased that I found Dr. Petrick. He's been amazing, and it's great to feel good again.
Dr. Petrick is awesome, definitely worth it. Gotta see him. He's gotta get here. He's really, really high quality, and he saved my career.
A 30-minute trip here and a 30-minute trip back now to see him. And it's still definitely worthwhile.
I drive quite a tremendous distance to get here, about 70 miles one way. I've been treated wonderfully here. I feel great.
About 90 miles.
I drive all the way from Hemet to come here, and my neck feels wonderful.
Now I've been doing work in the garden, I've been lifting stuff, digging and pulling. I'm actually doing more things than I've been able to do for a long time.
And it has now been 3 weeks, and I haven't had any episodes at all, not one little dizzy spell.
Him and Christine are such sweet people.
Since I've been coming here, the pain between my spine and my shoulder blade is pretty much gone. I can sleep. It's not keeping me up. I feel great.
I am 91 years old. I do not feel 91 years old. I feel like I did at 60.
You know, she's been amazing, and I pretty much tell everybody about him and hope that, you know, he can help other people, you know, the way he's helped me, because he's been doing really, really good work. And I think everybody should come to see him.
I'd like to share a story with you about Frederick and the two objects that I hold in this hand. Frederick called me on a Friday, and he said, "Hello, Mr. Petrick." He always addressed me as if I was one of his drill sergeants. He's a Marine. He says, "Mr. Petrick, I threw out my lower back, and I was wrestling around with some teenagers. I was volunteering at the local high school, and I want to know if you could help me. Can I set up an appointment to come in on Monday?" And I said, "Certainly, come on in." February 7th, 2005, Frederick, as much as anybody who's been able to walk on their own 2 feet, comes hobbling in there, hardly able to even walk. We sit down, we do the consultation, and he says to me, "Yeah, the Marines, all they want to do is give me medication. They gave me this prescription medication and it didn't work, and they're going to do this, they're going to give me another medication. They haven't even done any imaging, they didn't do an MRI. I don't know if I have a blown disc, I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is that my troop may be deploying for Iraq pretty soon, and I'm in no shape to go." So fast forward a couple of weeks later, Frederick is doing phenomenally well. He's walking around upright like a human being, and I get a phone call, and it's Frederick. He says, "Hello, Mr. Petrick. Yeah, I gotta cancel all of the rest of my appointments." And I said, "Why? What's going on?" He says, "You don't understand. My troop is deploying for Iraq, and I'm ready to go." And I thought, well, it was kind of sad. It was bittersweet. This is why Frederick came to see me in the first place. So I said, "Yeah, I mean, that's why you're here. And, you know, be safe. Give me a call once you get back into town, and I hope you do well." Fast forward a year and a half later, we were on Miramar Road at the time, a mile down west from the White Furniture Pyramid. I hear this knocking at the glass door. We were in a retail area. And it persisted, and I was kind of annoyed because I was getting some files ready for the day, and we weren't even open yet. But I grabbed my keys, I go there, and I open the door, and I didn't recognize him at the time. He had a mustache, his hair was longer, but it was Frederick, and I knew it right away because he said those words, "Mr. Petrick," with his accent. I think he's from Georgia. And what he said is that if it wasn't for you and your adjustments, I wouldn't have been able to be in Iraq for the past year and a half. Here's a flag that I flew for you, and here's a copy of a poem that I wrote. And this is in the original frame. There you can see the title is "Why We Fight to Die." And it's signed by him right down there at the bottom. And I gotta tell ya, this is not a Dr. Seuss rhymey type of a poem. In fact, a couple of the lines here say, as I'm watching all this stuff being destroyed around me, my dogs are running around going nuts from the mortars and the gunshots, I have seen Marines blown up, destroyed, and burned alive. I begin to wonder why I'm here. Is it to save an oppressed people from a depressed country? No. I do this, I am here for my family, for my God, and for my country. For that I would kill, and for that I would die. Wow. One of the coolest things I'd ever received. And I share this story because you are not on our website right now simply because of headaches, neck pain, lower back pain, as in Frederick's case, or internal things such as blood pressure problems, digestion problems. You're on our website because, now I may know something more about you than you know about yourself. You are on our website because you fear that you may not be able to do something anymore, or because you want to get back to a level of function that you haven't been at in a while. That's really why you're here. It's not just because of the pain. And that's what I love to do, is to hear your story and get you to reach your goals. Let's make this the best year yet. Get your function back, get you to accomplish those goals that you've had on your list for a while, but up until now, for whatever reason, you've been inhibited from, possibly because of a problem in your spine. That's my passion, and let's get on to it, and I want to hear your story. Thanks for watching.